Hey guys, welcome to the week at the movies. I am Sajin Shrijith to review the new Mohanlal film Hridayapoorvam. Some of Mohanlal's most enjoyable and enduring films have featured the actor playing a character who is briefly transplanted from his home to another setting and his reactions to the new surroundings and people he meets there. There was Nadodikate, Chitram, Chandralega, Kakakoil, films where Mohanlal played a stranger in a strange setting who eventually becomes one of the people's own. In Sathyan Anthikad's Hridayapoorvam, what happens is a transplant, in this case a medical transplant where Mohanlal plays Sandeep, a man whose heart was replaced by another man's, becomes a catalyst for the geographical and emotional transplant. There is a moment in the film where a bunch of aspiring filmmakers, inspired by Sandeep's upbeat story, come up with the idea of making a movie. The only difference is theirs comes with a dark and violent twist. When they tell this to Sandeep, under whose care they have been getting on for a while, he explodes comically and asks, "Can't you guys come up with something that ordinary people can enjoy?" And they reply, "Violence sells these days." One can immediately tell, judging by everything that happens in Hridayapoorvam up until that point, that Sathyan Anthikad is essentially using Sandeep as his surrogate to express the filmmaker's long-time philosophy. Just imagine the 1992 Malayalam film Ayushkalam without the murder, revenge, tears and ghosts. Anthikad's intent with Hridayapoorvam is very simple, to make a hangout experience that could please even the real-life Sandeeps. It's simply giving people a good time with a story of a bond strengthened not by blood but by fate or maybe providence. After all, it's Onam and the rains are playing spoilsport when it's supposed to be sunny. At least this movie could try to cheer people up. If you ask me where Hridayapoorvam ranks among Anthikad's best work, I would say it's nowhere near close. But it's not one of the weakest either. It comes with, of course, a few weak spots. I think this movie could have been 15 to 30 minutes shorter. There are two cameos by two popular Malayalam actors. One felt unnecessary. Thankfully, the other is placed in the right place at the right time. The most enjoyable scenes in this film involve the playful banter between Mohanlal and Sangeet Pradap of Premalu fame. The latter, who plays his nurse, eventually becomes a character who's a friend and confidant, in effect his sounding board. Not every joke between them is effective. There are places where it seems a punchline is missing, but we are abruptly taken to the next scene. There's also the sense that Anthikad is trying a little hard to create moments that cater to audiences that are 3 to 5 decades younger than him, and the attempt to milk humor in these particular segments is unsuccessful. As for Mohanlal, he feels at ease in the role and the film. The role is not surprisingly a cakewalk that doesn't require him to do much heavy lifting, but it's also one that brings the necessary emotional beats that one finds relatable in a couple of instances. Since Anthikad is a filmmaker with whom Mohanlal enjoys a great rapport, with whom he has contributed a significant share of Malayalam cinema's most celebrated classics, the laid-back vibe comes naturally. But I'm not too sure about that little mass fan service at the end. And also among the female characters, there are a few false notes in the scenes with Malavika, Mohanan and Sangeeta. But for the former, Harida is one of her stronger characters. In short, she is not a flower pot. Besides, when the film makes mostly the right choices concerning age gap relationships, one cannot complain. It's such a relief to see that this film doesn't even go near the disaster-prone area of that Telugu film where Honey Rose played Balaya's mother. So that's my review of Hridayapoorvam. Thanks for watching.